joining the live, and I make content about all things wellness. And if that's your kind of thing, please consider staying by subscribing. It's nice on my channel. It is a vibe, an absolute vibe. So let me start my poll while I wait for the notification to go out and for people to come in. Okay, I have started my poll, waiting for the notification to get up. Ashika, good morning. How are you today? We have one person in the live. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. How are you doing? How is your day going? What time is it there? I'm happy to hear you are good. So I am. Okay, we have 2 votes on the poll. Thank you, Ashika. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to like the live as well. 407 in Singapore. Wow, I want to visit Singapore, Ashika, because I've heard that it is one of the cleanest countries in the world. Is Singapore a country or is it a city? But I heard it is very, very clean and very organized. So, and very advanced as well. So I would love to visit Singapore. And so 4-7, is that in the morning or in the afternoon? Because if it's in the morning, that's really early. Really, really early. Okay, so we have 4 people in the chat. Great, great, great. Oh, in the afternoon. Oh, that's great. So how was your day? You've already gone through your day. What did you do today? I'm just waiting for other people to join. Yeah, I was looking for my water. Let me just get my water. Because it is hot today. Okay, so the topic for today is, what advice would you have given your younger self about dating or about relationships? Ole, good morning. Catching up on school, so I won't be participating. No problem, and I am so sorry that you're not feeling well, and I pray you get better soon. And thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Temperature is killing all over the globe. It is. Millie, where are you from? Where are you from? James Miller, hi, watching from Israel. Thank you so much for joining, James. Thank you so much. Rebut Worldwide said, don't date, get married. That is some good advice. Dating for marriage. That is great advice. Ini orang tribute. I don't know what that means, Ini, but thank you for joining. Please don't forget to like the live. Hailing from India. Thank you, Millie, for joining from India. Thank you so much. What food do you like? Well, I love all food and I love trying out a lot of new food. My favorite food is from my country, which is Zimbabwe, and we have a lot of food made from maize, so I love that kind of food. But I also love Mediterranean food because it's nice and fresh, especially now in summer. I eat a lot of Indian food as well because we have a huge Indian community in Zimbabwe, and I just love to try different foods from different people. Ram's views: try slowly, don't hurry, time taken is a must. That is some great advice. That is absolutely great advice, because sometimes when people enter into relationships, they normally have a front, or they bring in the good part of themselves initially. So when you take time, you actually get to know the person in and out, and the time taken is definitely a must. Thank you very much, Rams. Jackson James Allure said, hello, how are you? Hi, Jackson. Where are you watching me from, and what would you have given advice to your younger self about dating? Jay said, hi, love you. I love you too, Jay. Thank you so much for joining my live. Ashika said, in India, it's a tradition to do arranged marriage, which is basically marrying without dating at all. So in Zimbabwe, we also used to have arranged marriages, and this was usually because maybe in a time of famine, or when two families wanted to join together, we would have arranged marriages. And those were simpler times because you wouldn't date around and people wouldn't hurt your feelings. I don't know how much that would work in Zimbabwe right now, but it is a good concept. I know a lot of people still follow that because it saves a lot of people from hurt. Millie said chai for the win. Okay, is that tea? I know chai is tea. Is that tea, Millie? Makado, good morning. Mangwana ni Madzimai. Mangwana ni Makado, how are you? Mbali, thank you so much for joining. I remember you joined late yesterday, so that means you subscribed and you got the notification. Thank you so much. Do you like basketball? How did you know, Joanna? I played basketball from the time I was 11 to 18. I was very good at it. I played for my province. So, yeah, I love basketball. I'm watching you from India. Thank you, Jackson. Millie said, expectations are sometimes the worst kind of greed a person could express. That's interesting when it comes to relationships, right? Because we expect a lot from the next person, forgetting that they're human and they may make mistakes. Pella is in the building. Hi, how are you doing? Long time. I am so happy to see you here. So, we are discussing today, what advice would you have given your younger self about dating? Good morning, Lungi. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining. Guys, we are doing well. We have 6 people in the chat and 7 likes. I love that. Lisa, good morning. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining the live. Princess, how are you doing today? Thank you for joining the live. Okay, so Ram said love, engaged, and date. Oh, so you get engaged first and then you date? I was speaking to someone from Saudi Arabia and they were telling me the same thing, that they the families arrange the marriage, then they have a year of courtship or supervised dating, then they get married. So maybe that's similar, Rams. Did you play football before? No. No, never football, but basketball. I can kick a ball, but yeah, I'm not good at it. Jackson said, I like football. Yesterday Euro Cup match between Portugal and Czech was awesome. I love watching football, but I can't play football. My favorite team was Manchester United when I was younger. It still is probably, but these years they have been disappointing me, so I don't even watch the matches anymore. But I love watching football. Lungi said, dating, I'd say, have high standards, Lungi. Lungi, okay. We're gonna dive into that because that is something that I forgot to actually say, but yeah, high standards, definitely, definitely. Joanna said, God bless you always. God bless you too, Joanna. Thank you so much. Millie said, a relation with responsibility or a relation with possibility. Responsibility or possibility. Can I choose both? Because I think as two individuals going into a relationship together, you have to have responsibility. You have to have responsibility because it's not all about you anymore. But I also believe in people's potential and the potential of what the relationship can produce. So because of that, I would love to choose both. I would have said, chill, you're 16. That was one of my points, Bella. That was one of my points. You are too young to even start thinking about getting into a relationship. Yes, definitely. That was one of my points. Hi, Princess. I'm watching your vlog. Did Princess drop a vlog today? I haven't seen the notification, but I will catch up today. Definitely. I have a lot of catching up to do. God loves you. Yes, yes. And you know what? That is also an advice I would have given my younger self. So I'm going to write that down as well so we can discuss it more, because it means a lot when you know that there is a God that loves you unconditionally, and it helps your decisions. Lisa sending love. Thank you for the love, Lisa. I love you too. You only need to kick Millie. I only kick footballs. Jackson said, I like France and Argentina in football. I love Argentina in football as well. They have very strong teams and very strong players. So, yes. I haven't watched French football. Maybe I have to look into that because I usually watch um, English football and the World Cups. Lungile, Princess is sending you kisses there. God keeps you safe. God has kept me safe in a lot of relationships, Joanna. So that is so true. Wellington Drea says, pretty girl. Thank you very much, Wellington. So we have Koliswa in the building. Ah, that's a beautiful name. I love your name, Koliswa. And good morning. Thank you so much for joining the live. Come to Arsenal, Dre. My uncle is an Arsenal fan, and every time we are supporting Manchester United in my house, he gets so angry. But yeah, it's a good team as well. Emmanuel Kaloba said, spell me. I don't know how to do that. Your name is spelled out already. Hi, Massey. Thank you so much for joining the live. So, what is the difference between dating and courtship? In my understanding, dating is when you are trying to understand who you want to pursue a relationship with. So, dating would be you going for coffee, for example, for lunch, just those initial conversations you have with people, trying to understand if they're the right fit for you. Then courtship is when you have decided that, okay, this is the person I want to be in relationship with, and then the courtship is what then leads to the marriage. Millie said, I feel relation is responsibility and respect is possibility. Yeah, I agree with you, because you have to be responsible in a relationship, and respect is very, very necessary in relationships. So I agree. Good morning, Alice. Good morning, Mama the Boys. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Mom. Bacon said hi, Mom. Um, Bacon, am I missing something? Because I have a nephew in South Africa. Is that you? Is that you? Thank you so much for joining Alice and Mama the Boys. Thank you. Ashika said, if a relationship doesn't work out, I just tell myself that God is preparing me for a better relationship for me. Amen, Ashika. Amen. Because sometimes, like um, we spoke about, when you're dating, you make wrong decisions because maybe someone is putting up a front and they're showing you the best side of themselves, right? So we fall into relationships or we fall into courtship because of the person we believe they are, and then we sometimes fall into mistakes. But we have to give ourselves grace and forgive ourselves in order for us to move on to better. Hi, Blackberry from Lungi. I like Real Madrid. So, there are two Manchester United players that moved from Manchester United to Real Madrid that were my favorites, which was David Beckham and Cristiano Ronaldo. So I've watched a lot of Real Madrid games as well. Lungi's greeting Koki there. Yes, she's not late. I was late to my own life, actually. I was late to my own life, so you're not late at all. Massey said, understood. Thank you for sharing. So, what age can one start dating? That was one of the points I had here, because I said one of the advice I'm gonna give, I would have given my younger self, and what I'm probably gonna give my children, boys and girls, is that you're too young to date. You're too young to even think about dating. And I think for me, a good age to start dating is 24 and above. And why I say so is because before that age, I didn't know myself. I went through adolescence where you're trying to understand your identity and you're trying to understand what you actually like. So by 24, I had finished high school, I had worked, and I was studying. And I feel like at that particular point, I also had a lot of discernment about what I want in my life and what I don't want in my life. But 24 for me would not have been a good age for courtship, but for dating, yes, that would have been a great time for me to start dating and finding out what I like or what I dislike in a partner. Mama the boy said, Lungi, hey sis. Okay, yo, I just woke up and went straight to, to YouTube. That is actually the routine, Mama the boys. Lungi, Alice is greeting you back. Good morning, Monica. So for everyone who has joined, we are discussing advice you would have given your younger self about dating. And the first point we have spoken about is that, you know, what is the age you think someone is mature enough to start dating? So, oh, I was waiting to hear the response to hi mom. Yeah, me too. I'm waiting because I think if he said hi mom, only my nephews and my nieces do that. So I'm thinking maybe it's one of my nephews who's in South Africa, but let's see. I don't want to say the name because if it's not him, he's gonna say, yeah, that's me. So I want him to say the name. I was watching Princess's vlog. Okay, so that means I've missed your drop, Princess, but I will catch up. Mama the boys and Alice, greetings from Princess. I've watched Alice and Princess. I have to watch Linda. Am I that behind? Okay, I have some catching up to do. Dammy David, Christ is Lord. He is. He is Lord and King. Thank you very much for that, Dammy. Princess, greetings from Alice. 21 for dating, yes. I think so, Lungi. I think that if if we say that you start driving at 16, you can vote at 18, and in America you start drinking at 21, that is the time you have, I think, the a maturity to start dating. So, but for me at 21, I think I was still trying to figure myself out because that's the time I finished uni and I started working. So my working experience taught me a lot of things about finances, about responsibility. So that's why I said 24. Give your life to Jesus Christ. He will connect you to your life partner. Yes, Dami. Yes, that is great advice because, yeah, dating in the world, you look for certain attributes for a partner that may actually hurt you. And when you give your life to Christ, He does guide you and show you exactly what you need in a godly partner. I agree with that 100%. Millie said dating could be physical in nature, but marriage should be conscious in nature. Dating should be physical in nature, but marriage should be conscious in nature. So, are you saying that dating is off? Well, so you have physical requirements and you have certain things that you think you want, but in marriage, you have to be conscious of the things that you need. Is that what you're saying? If so, I agree completely. And I think that also ties into what Dami said, because when we date worldly, there are physical attributes. For example, how a person looks, how much money they make, what is their height, their and then when you're looking at a godly marriage, you're thinking about their personality, their morals, how disciplined they are, and what type of a parent they're going to be. So yeah, I agree with you a lot, Millie. Then person is Princess, hey babe, I was watching your vlog. I will finish after the live. Okay. Confirmation. I'm watching Princess's vlog after the live. Ashika said it depends on the parents' expectations. Some parents want their son or daughter to get married before 24, so for them dating would be early, age 18 or 17. That's interesting. So you would date, okay, Ashika. How long is the dating period for these arranged marriages? Please, can you clarify? Drea, also agree with the age too. Yeah. I think sometimes we are too young to make decisions that relate to relationships, because relationships actually have a lot of consequences, physical, emotional, spiritual sometimes. So yeah, it's important to have that maturity. Massey said, Ashika, point taken. Yes, yes. Monica said, I would tell myself to relax and focus on me more. We used to do a lot just to please these boys that year, yo. Yes. And that is one of the points I have, Monica, because you have to feel complete within yourself before you get into a relationship, because half and half in relationships don't make one. One and one make one. So yes, I yes, so I definitely believe that we need to focus on ourselves and building ourselves and realizing what identity we have before we get into a relationship. Mama the way said, oh yeah, you're behind with the comments, very much behind, but I think I've caught up now. Massey said, please share how to identify a toxic relationship and a healthy relationship, because we at times get confused thinking what is healthy is controlling, while what is toxic we tend to think is healthy. Okay, I will give my points on what I think a toxic relationship is. Ashika said, I agree. And if you know yourself, it's easy to change yourself without losing yourself. Yes. So let me start by answering Massey's question about toxic and healthy relationships and my understanding of it. So the first thing is a healthy relationship is supposed to strengthen the good relationships you have already. So if you have good relations with your family, good relations with your friend, a healthy relationship is supposed to strengthen those relationships. But if you find that you're in a relationship where people who have good intentions for you, like your friends and your family, you are drawing back from them, or you're losing communication with them, or you're not close with them anymore, it means that the relationship that you're in is very toxic. For the ladies, if you're in a relationship with a man that makes you hate another woman for any reason, that is a toxic relationship, because it's either that man is showing too much interest in a woman, or they're comparing you to another woman, or they're allowing another woman to be disrespectful towards you. So if I'm in a relationship and I'm finding that there is a particular person or people that I'm starting not to dislike because of my partner, that's a big red flag for me, because naturally I'm very supportive towards women. So if I start hating on or hating women because of a person, that's a big red flag for me. Another red flag is interdependency. So a healthy relationship should be a whole person and another whole person coming together. Guys, if you see something moving behind me, it's my dog. It's cold. It's hot outside, so I brought her in here because I switched on the AC. So don't scream, don't shout. There's nothing going on. It's just my dog. So I feel like there is too much interdependency if one person feels that they are not complete without the other person. And this was one of my points. I was going to tell my younger self to discover who I am and feel complete before I get into a relationship, because whether it is my self-worth, my self-esteem, what I think I can do financially, or what I think I can bring to the table physically, what I think I can bring to the table spiritually or emotionally, I have to feel complete before I get into a relationship with another person, for two reasons. Number one, it's either I'm going to feel too dependent on them, so they can do whatever they want to me because of that dependency. And for another reason, which is I don't want to burden them with the responsibility of making me complete or of making me happy. So if you find there's too much dependency on each other or from one person, I think that's an unhealthy relationship. And one or both people need to heal from what is making them that dependent, and then they can work on the relationship. So yeah, that is that is what I think, Massey. That's what I have seen. So yes, Lumi, I do have a dog. Let me show you. Diamond. She doesn't want to be disturbed, Diamond. They want to say hi. I'm sure you can see her tail. She's happy, but she doesn't. She's lying down. She doesn't want to be disturbed. Beyond Business, great morning to you too. Thank you so much for joining the live. Guys, we're doing so well. We have 13 people in the chat and 13 likes. Thank you very much. Massey said fire. Thank you so much. Millie said, you could have been compromising in relationships because you're angry at yourself, and guilt is making that toxicity exciting. 100%. That's why we said that we need to heal. You need to feel complete first. She's not shy, she just doesn't want to be bothered. This dog, she just wants you to do things for her, but she doesn't want to do anything for you, so she doesn't want to be bothered. She knows I'm talking about her, so she's giving me a side eye. But I'll show you, Lungi. I'll definitely show you before we end the live. So it is very important for people to heal and to feel complete, and to not have anger, bitterness, or resentment when they move into a relationship. Because remember, you're getting into a relationship with someone else who has their own problems, who has their own patterns, and and when you get into a relationship with that person, when you don't know what you have to heal from, your trauma is highlighted in relationships. And that's something I also want to talk about. Let me just note it down. Trauma highlighted in relationships. So Beyond Business said Diamond looks like she has had it with this social media things. She actually has, and she knows when you are recording her, and then she stops doing whatever she was doing. So she's very funny. Do you think long distance relationship is a waste? I don't. I have seen a lot of people who have started their relationships long distance, and then they end up getting married, and then they move to the same country together. However, whether it is long distance or within your vicinity and your proximity, unless you're ready to be in a relationship, it's always going to be a chore, and it's always going to be stressful. So I don't think it's a waste. I think when it's done right, it works. You should love yourself before letting others love you. Yes, Ashika, because you're putting too much of a burden on other people if you don't do that. Lots of passion without compassion. That's a flag to I look for. Yes. And love bombing, Millie. So you met me today. Next week you love me. The next week you're buying me a huge gift. I'm with you 24 hours of the day, and there is no compassion. That is also a red flag for me. Kado is asking how old is she. She is 3 years. She turned 3 on the 6th of May. So she is 3 years old now. But she thinks she's a baby. She still thinks she's a baby. But I heard that dogs are puppies until they're 2 years old. So I thought now that she's 3, she's gonna grow out of it, but not at all. Also, the mistakes we make with dating young, you want to take on people's trauma. Lungi, that was a point of mine. Especially as women, we feel like we can heal the world. We feel like we can heal people. We feel like we can change people. It's impossible for you to change a person. You're not God. Unless a person is willing to do the work, to do the healing themselves, all you can do is be supportive. But that person has to do it for themselves. And like you mentioned, we have a lot of trauma from the places that we come from. Maybe you came from a family where they didn't give you attention, and then because this one person is giving you so much attention, you don't look at every other thing that they are doing, and it then hurts you. But your own trauma of being neglected is being highlighted in the relationship. So anytime someone gives you attention, you think that is love, and then you actually don't look at everything else the person is doing. Beyond Business is greeting Kado. Kado is greeting Lungi. Massey said, at times you find a person not working or they lose their job. How does one adjust to that? So Massey, we were discussing this in the live yesterday, because we were saying that men have this huge burden of being providers. And when you are in a relationship or a marriage with someone who is treating you well, and a person who is healthy for you, we said that it is important for you to support them. You might not have the money, but you have a solution, you have a business plan, you have an understanding ear, you have an understanding heart. In those situations, I think that our role is to be supportive. But again, Here, the caveat is you're in a relationship that is healthy and you're in a relationship with someone that is good to you. Because some people have not healed from their traumas, they haven't healed from their hurt. And so, when you give them all of you and when you give them support, they might just use that to take advantage of you. So, the caveat is healthy relationships. Monica said facts. Learn to be happy on your own. Some people don't feel okay when they are single. Yes, Monica, that is very true because you feel like the next person is going to make you happy or they're going to make you whole. And that just means that you have something that you need to heal by yourself. You have a void that needs filling. And another being cannot fill that void for you because they're also human. They have shortcomings. No one is perfect. And you can't expect the next person to be everything for you. You have to be whole and complete within yourself. Beyond business is agreeing with Lungi. No emotional intelligence on when not to invest. When not to over invest, I think. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And that comes with maturity, I think, Lungi. Because when you go through life and you learn yourself and you've learned to live with yourself, you've learned what you like and what you don't like, you can easily point out a person who's trying to take advantage of you. But when you're young, it's very hard to do that. And that's why I feel like it is important for us to have a sense of maturity, and that comes with age and experience before we take dating seriously. Precious, is that you beyond business? Good question. Thank you, Kado, because I keep on saying beyond business. People are not the same. People who love their own space wouldn't mind distance relationships, yes. And there are people who are clingy, won't do so well in long distance relationships. Yes, Kado, rebranding. Okay, Precious. I should have caught on when you said great morning. I should have caught up. But thank you so much for clarifying that, Precious. And so with me, uh, I don't know, because I like my own space, or I grew up in a situation where I had to be alone. I have sisters, but we have a large age gap. So when I was in primary school, they were in high school. When I was in high school, they were already at university. When I started university, they had moved out. So I basically grew up with my parents alone. And of course, they're way older than me, so we don't relate. So I was always alone. And therefore, I like my space. Adjusting to a relationship, I had to actually work on myself and understand that um, my fiance is clingy. So I have had to work on that myself because I understood that people are different. So sometimes it works both ways. A clingy person and a person who loves their space can actually work together. But I think, yes, I would have thrived if I was supposed to have a long distance relationship with a healthy partner. I would have thrived with that because I love my space. I knew it. I love it, boss lady. Yes, go Precious. Millie said, we have a saying in India, keep putting your efforts, but do understand you don't have the authority over the results. Powerful. You do things because that's what makes you and not your accomplishments. That is really powerful. Really powerful. Because that's all we can do. We can only put our efforts. But for example, I always like to give this example that in 2019, I always used to say 2020 is going to be my year. And then the pandemic happened. So I put all of my efforts into something and then the world shifted. So our effort, and you do things because that's what makes you happy, right? I love cooking. It makes me happy, so I cook. But I don't do it because I want the next person to say, oh, great job at cooking. But I do appreciate when someone says, oh, thank you for the food. It tastes nice, right? So you have no authority over the results. That's a great saying. I'm going to screenshot that. That is beautiful. Hello, Zaina. Hello, Cardo from Lungi. Thank you so much for joining, Zaina. Thanks, Cardo from Precious. So Monica said, but men tend to be mean and rude when they are low on cash. Let me not say broke. Monica, you know why? And we were discussing this yesterday. It's because society has told them that they are providers. So, because they were not taught to bring anything other to the table than money, they feel like they have no masculinity. And because they can't express their emotions, that they're going through something bad, maybe business is bad, they're going through a low period, they only express that in anger. That's the only way they can express it, because they can't express it in a different way. Because if they do, they're called weak, or they're told that they're not a man. So yes, I have noticed that a lot, and it is, I don't know how society is going to change that mindset, because when you're low on cash and you have something else to bring to the table, maybe you're supportive, maybe you're emotionally intelligent, like Lungi said. So when I'm going through something, you're gonna bring me a listening ear or an understanding heart, or you're going to be encouraging. But when you don't have all of those attributes and the only thing you bring to the table is money, when you don't have it, you feel like you're nothing. And so you put out what you have or what you give. And that always translates to anger and being mean. So yes, Monica, that is so true. There's a difference between being alone and lonely. One should love his or her own company first. Yes, exactly. That is true. That is true. I love being by myself. I love my space, but I don't feel lonely at all. 21 dating period for me, but for my kids 27. Lungi, especially with everything that is happening in this world now today. If my kids could not date, I would be very happy. Because I would never want my kids to go through the things that I went through. And that also comes to what we were discussing, Lungi, the other time, that our parents would tell us don't date, but they wouldn't tell us why. They wouldn't share their experiences because they felt like it could bring some element of disrespect from the parent-child relationship. But I feel like when a parent tells you that, look, I went through this and I went through this, and I'm trying to prevent you from going through that before you're mature enough to understand what's right and wrong, then they would heed the advice of dating when they are 27. Got to go. Enjoy the life. Thank you. Thank you, Massey, and thank you for your contributions. Thank you so much. Batung, hi, precious. Double standards, Louis. Yes, it is not double standards. I know their personalities. Ah, is it? Okay. Are they too kind? Are they too kind? Because sometimes that is something that may bring hurt, because yeah, the world is not nice. Not everyone in the world is nice. Oh my god, we need a plug on how to adjust to a clingy partner. I don't know. I don't know. So with me, I gave myself time to myself, right? And then I scheduled time with him. So I give myself 4, 5, 6 hours with him. That is his time. That is our time, right? But in those 4, 5, 6 hours, I can withdraw to myself. And this is something that I even do with my family. My family thought that, not my immediate family because they grew up with me, but my distant family thought that I was a snob because I like being in my own space. So for me, that's just how I do. I schedule my time. So I'm going to spend 3 hours with my nieces and nephews, and then I withdraw to my room Then I go back for another 3 hours with my aunts and uncles, then I withdraw. It helps me to recharge, and I always give them the amount of energy that they need. So that's exactly how I have done it with my fiance, because I realized that just because we have different opinions, or not opinions but personalities, when it comes to space, doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with him trying to spend time with me. So that's just how I do it. I am very mechanical in that way, Precious. When I set goals, I go on them. So that's the only advice I can give. Zaina, love there from Kado. I am a clingy partner. I want to be babied and I want attention. So Lungi, I also want to be babied and I also like attention, but I like it in the time that I want it. And then there are times when I just need to be alone. I just need to be alone. So, and that's because I'm the last born. So yeah, me and my partner have had to, work ourselves around that. But it's been a long time, so we are in a very great routine right now. Alu Swat said, if a man cannot provide with money, what would be the alternative for women to continue respecting the man? So, Lou, I think it starts with the dynamic you start with in the relationship, right? Yes, you provided when we were going for dates, but did we also have good conversations? When I wanted to start something, were you supportive with me? For example, with most of the ladies here, we're always on YouTube. And if you have a partner that's not understanding of that, it can be very difficult, because maybe they want attention, or maybe they think it's not anything feasible. They think it's something that is just for fun. So providing support is something that I respect my partner for, because there's absolutely nothing that I say, oh, I want to do this, that he'll be like, of course he will give me pointers of, oh, maybe this is not a good idea, that's not a good idea. But when he sees that it's a good idea, he gives me 100% of his support, and I respect that a lot. um, Providing, I don't want to say emotional support, because that also goes into support, but who are you emotionally to me? Are you emotionally intelligent enough to know when I'm low, when I'm hurt, and what sort of solutions do you bring to that? For example, maybe you don't have money, but you can see that I'm feeling low, and the next thing you'll say is, oh, let's go for a walk, or let's do a game night, let's play cards, let's play chess. Are you emotionally intelligent enough to help me when I'm not feeling okay? That's something that can also bring respect. And if you have children, how are you with the children? Are you helping them with the homework? Are you helping them when they want to play soccer? Are you with them? How you are as a father will also bring respect to you, other than just provision of money. So I think there are a lot of things that men can contribute to a relationship, um, other than money. Lungi said I'm like a panda. Lungi, I love pandas so much because they don't care what you do. They just want to come and hug you. They want to come and roll in front of you. I always watch the videos in the zoos of the people who want to come and clean and they can't, because the pandas just want to climb on them. It's so funny. Precious said leadership, a great vision, and effort, Luswat. Yes, exactly. Oh, yeah, that is so true. What, yeah, leadership. What do you see the family being in the next 5 years? Okay, you don't have money now, but what are you doing at the present moment to improve the family? So are you helping, like I said, with the children? That's a form of leadership. Are you helping with me? That's also a form of leadership. Are you helping yourself? Okay, maybe you lost your job because of one thing or the other, but are you taking on more courses, to learn more skills or to learn new ways of doing business? Maybe you don't want to be in corporate anymore. Maybe you want to start a business. Are you looking into that? Because I think potential is one thing, but actually making the effort is another thing, and that can also bring respect. That is too precious. Princess said, Lungi, I'm also clingy. Most times I have to hold myself because I don't want to annoy you. I don't think there's anything wrong with being clingy, to be quite honest. If you're with the right person who understands you, it's okay. And a person who is willing to compromise their space, that is actually a great thing. Monica said, remove the money. A lot of them have nothing else to offer. Emotional intelligence, dololo. Compassion, dololo. But well explained, babe. That's the thing, Monica. And that's the oh, this is a conversation. But that is what society has to start teaching men now. Because when they can't provide, they feel like they have absolutely nothing else to give. That's why they're angry all the time. That's why they feel hopeless and helpless just when money is off the table, right? We were talking about yesterday uh, men who feel like when they don't have money, the next thing they do is they commit, S. And that's because they feel like other than money, they have absolutely nothing else to provide. And that's because the society doesn't teach them anything other than a man should indo damast, a man should provide. But there are so many other things that you can bring. Georgina, how are you? How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining the live. I used to watch Gossip Girl, and there was a lady there, a girl there called Georgina, and you just reminded me of that. It was one of my favorite TV shows. Same Princess, Kisono Kana. Okay. I think that means I'm also clingy. I hope so. Hi, Terry. Good morning. Thank you for joining the live. Kado is Zaina sending love to you. I am so behind with the comments, but let me try and catch up because it's almost time. They are too soft, especially my son, Shane, poor boy. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, the world will take advantage of people like that. So that's a good age for him to start dating. 27, when he's mature, when he's gotten into himself, so people don't take advantage of me. Girl, I was driving, taking my son to the doctor. I couldn't be online. Oh, how is your son? What's going on, Sia? I hope he's okay. Millie said, food on the table should be justified that hard work has been done. Choices were made, and we're gonna have happy faces with full stomachs. That respect will appear as a two street for partners. That is so true, because sometimes men concentrate on just the provision and they leave everything else that's important. So that's why you find that in some households, when the father walks in or the grandfather walks in, the children run away because it's not a good environment for them to be in. So yes, we have full stomachs, but do we also have happy faces? That is very powerful, Millie. See, I said, now I'm in the hospital and I can't hear properly. Oh, see, I really hope he's fine. I really hope he's fine. Schedule time. You're already stressed. Look, that's the only thing I can do, really, because if I don't do that, I don't give him enough attention, and I don't like that. Sia, what's wrong with him? Yeah, oh, Sia, I hope. Niraitle, so sorry. Yes, Lungi, schedule. Now I understand, Ray. Yes, precious. If I don't do it that time, I feel like I'm neglecting him, and I don't like it. Sia, wishing him a speedy recovery. Amen, precious. Askisia. Yes, Sia, please. Let's see. Asthma attack, but he's on the. It's the older one, so he's being nebulized. Ah, Sia. I know this. I know this struggle. My dad also has asthma, but yes, we're praying for a speedy recovery for him. Alice said, Dre, you and me. I feel like my husband is clingy as well. But at least Alice, right? You have time off, like proper time off. So you're fine. Even though you'll be at work, you have proper time off. But yeah. I have to also schedule time because he colleague Sia Abel Abe, right, your son Askis. Yes, yes, yes. He will be fine. But Tom, we are so sorry. I hope you'll be well. Yes. Recovery for Sia, your Sia Skis. Alice Princess Sia Kado is sending love. Precious say thank you guys. He's a strong 666. Oh, Sia, thank God for his strength, but we're still sending him a lot of love. Most of us 666 start early. Sweet. They do start young, guys. Exactly. I'm really like a panda. I think my kids know it too. Oh, is it? I think Lumumba has actually taken that trait from you because I see that he always wants to be around you. Bagit is here. Coquetto Molatodi. Hi. Hello, you're so beautiful. Coquetto, hi, how are you? How are you doing today? Sunday Harrison Makaya. Thank you so much for joining and thank you for the compliment. Alice has time off, so it helps. Exactly. That's where I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying. Coquetto said, where are you from? Because you sound South African. Maybe because I come from a country that's just above you. I am from Zimbabwe. So yes, we do sound a lot the same. Wow, Dre, you read Isisulu so well. Yeah, it sounds like Ndebele, so the pronunciation is the same, I think. So that's why. Are you single? No, Sunday. I am happily engaged. I am happily engaged. Yes, Lungi, or else I wouldn't survive. Alice, you are actually in such a good place, I'm telling you, because sometimes you need that break. Okay, so I'm just going to read out the points that we spoke about today and some of the things that I had noted down. You are Shona Ondebele. I'm Shona, but I went to high school in Ndebele land in Gweru, and my best friend was Ndebele, or she still is Ndebele. And so I learned a little bit of Ndebele, so I can hear Ndebele, I can understand a little bit of Zulu, a little bit of Xhosa, a little bit of Venda, because of my root languages. So, you are too young to even start thinking about being in a relationship, was the first advice. Don't enter a relationship unless you feel complete. This speaks to self-esteem, self-worth, which can mean different things. So, either financial, career, the love you give, or the care you give. So you have to feel complete in yourself, because imagine you're in a toxic relationship with someone who is telling you that the love you're giving them is not enough, or the attention you're giving them is not enough. If you don't feel complete in yourself, you're always going to feel like you're not doing enough. But when you know yourself and you know what you bring to the table, a toxic person cannot tell you that what you're doing is not enough. You can actually point that out as a red flag and either work on it or walk away. You can't change a person, you're not God. This is something that I had to learn over time, because I think that I was too loving, too caring, and I felt like that is what was going to change a person. Or I would tell them, oh, this is what you've done, or this is what has hurt me. And I think it's because I was also immature at the time, because what I was looking for was looks, and then I didn't look at the person's personality, and I felt like I could change the person's personality. So yes, you can't change a person, you're not God. Hi, Oge. Good morning. How are you? Thank you so much for joining. We are discussing the advice you would have given your younger self if you were, oh, about dating. Sorry. And the next point was high standards from Lungi, and that is so true. I wish I had higher standards when I was dating because, like I said, it would have stopped me from getting hurt, making a lot of mistakes, staying when I should have left, and just getting into the relationship from the beginning. So, high standards are a must. And another thing we got from the chat was that God loves you. Yes, when you know that God loves you, your parents love you, there are a lot of things that you're actually going to refrain from tolerating. Because sometimes we get into relationships with hurt people, we get into relationships with mean people, with bad people, and we tolerate it because we don't know our self-worth, and that comes from the people who love us. So if God loves me, He wouldn't want me to go through a certain thing in a relationship with a human being. If my parents love me, they also wouldn't want me to go through that. But it also comes with communication. How well do you communicate with God, and how well do you communicate with your parents? So I thought that was powerful as well. And the last thing was that trauma is highlighted in relationships. So if you come from a family where you felt neglected and the person is giving you attention, you may feel like, yes, that is exactly what I need, and you neglect to look at all the other traits that they have that are not good for you. If you come from a family where no one has ever told you you're beautiful, and then you run into a man that's telling you you're beautiful, and you neglect every other thing that's going on because of that. If you come from a family where um, your needs were provided for but no luxuries were introduced, sometimes that's why I think you have to work first, or you have to have financial freedom first before you get into a relationship, because it stops you from getting into relationships solely for the money and you neglect everything else. So yes, guys, we have gotten to the end of the live. Thank you so much for this very, very, very interesting conversation, and thank you for joining me, and thank you for everyone who voted on the poll. Today we had 71 votes. Amazing. So yes, if you could please say your goodbyes before before I leave, and as you say goodbye, you can leave the live. And I don't think Mutle is going to go live today, uh, but I haven't seen her notification. But we will see. We will see. I don't know who's going live at 12, but Lungi will be going live at 1. Dineo will be going live at 2. Is there anyone going live before 1? So we can all move there. Please let me know, and then we will know who's going live later on. Thank you, Oge. Thank you, Sia. No, she's not. Okay, so right now until 1, there's free spaces. Anyone going live? So we can all move there. Anyone? 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 Sia, last night I went to look for old Papa Penny videos, and I don't even remember if he was I don't remember which nationality he was from. I just remember that I loved him. But yeah, thank you so much for bringing back that childhood memory. Thank you so much. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, Alice. So yes, guys, I feel bad leaving you in the live, so you can just say goodbye and leave so that I don't feel bad. Be so ha. People are joining. People are joining. Also, someone will see. He's Tsonga. Is it? Okay. Ah, that's amazing. All right. Yeah. Papa Benny. Aye, Papa Benny. Aye. Aye, Papa Benny. Aye. Ah, with his pom pom. With his one pom pom. Go now, Alice. I'll go at 12. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Um, I will be in your lives. Goodbye. Goodbye, princess. Goodbye, Oge. Thank you so much for joining. Okay. Guys, should I leave? Because no one wants to leave. I'm feeling bad because I'm still seeing the numbers. I'm at work, yeah, everybody's here, including my superiors. Oh, okay. Goodbye, precious. Yes, yeah, that pom pom. What did you used to call it? We call it a pom pom. Yo, say Hosimna. Okay. All right. So, Sia, we'll see you at 12. I think no one is gonna go live now. So I'll use that time to catch up on people's vlogs, and then I will meet you at 12. I'd gone to the loo. I'm back now. Oh, we are saying goodbye, Lungi. We're saying goodbye, Lungstar. And Sia's going live at 12, so we will join her at 12. Okay, yes. Okay. All right, guys. Bye, everyone, for real. Bye, Alice. Yes. Ligoda. Goda. You know what we called Goda was when we put our hair with thread, we call that Goda or Magodi. Yeah. Bye, everyone. Bye, guys. Goodbye. Goodbye, lovely people. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for the love, Lisa. Goodbye. All right, I'm leaving now, guys. Thank you so much. See you on Sia's live. The pom pom. I see. Okay. Yeah, so we have similar names. Mina, I'm going usual time at 1. I need to go on to go and search Lugi for the topic. We will be there at 1. Oh, that's gonna in Zulu too. Yes. We call it Magodi. Magodi or Goda. Yes. Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you.